Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Abate, and I want to welcome you to my very first video demonstrating asset track capabilities. Today, we are going to talk about the palletization process. I hope you're as excited as I am, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to notice if you're a current asset track for ServiceNow user is that the dashboard looks totally different. I'm using Asset Track for ServiceNow 6.0, and it's not yet available in the store. It's still going through some testing and finalizations before it'll be available. But I'm using this intentionally because the palletization process is much smoother in 6.0 because I can update hardware, facility, and consumable assets all in one form. So that's the big difference. And when I show you stuff, I'm going to show you stuff on the ALM asset table as opposed to going to the hardware table, the consumable table, and the facility table every time I make a change. You're going to see it all happen on one table. Just easier, more streamlined, more dynamic. It's better. With that, let's get started. Let's start talking about why we want to palletize assets. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Asset Track and we're going to create a pallet. What the pallet is for in this particular demonstration, the use case is we just received a purchase order at our receiving dock. And what we're going to do as we add all those things into, they're already in service now. I've already got them created. It's like I had an ASN and an advanced ship notice that I was able to upload. So I know all the assets that are associated with this PO. They're already in service now. Now my job is to say, yes, all these ones arrived. I'm scanning all these ones and I'm associating them to a pallet so that they can be stacked on the pallet and the pallet can be taken to different places. And I no longer have to scan all the assets that I added to the pallet. I'm just scanning the pallet. If that makes sense. So let's do it. Pallet. We're creating a pallet. We are telling it where we're putting it. We're putting it into the smart stock room. So we're going to go with Asset IQ because Asset IQ sounds super smart. And we're going to give it a purchase order number. And it's only so that I can show you as we manipulate things on the ALM asset table. I'm only going to display the stuff that is associated with our super fun PO. And the PO number is 8675309. Tommy Tutoni came up with that one, and I appreciate it. So here we go. Pallet 7 has been created. So when we go and look at our asset table, we're going to see I've already filtered it down to everything that says 8675309. And I'm going to keep saying 8675309 because I love saying 8675309. Okay, let's refresh our screen because right now we're seeing the hardware, the consumable, and facility assets. When I refresh, the pallet's going to show up. Okay, now we've got pallet. I should sort it by updated so that the pallet's at the top. Pallet 7 is shown up at the top. It's a facility asset because it's just a pallet. Then we've got a motorized desk. We've got an office chair. We've got a computer. We've got a couple of consumables. We've got mobile phones and tablets. And then we've got more assets. Each asset has its own line item. Each consumable model has its own line item. So there's a quantity associated with them. I could add that and display the quantity. I think one of them has 10 and one of them has 15. You're going to see that on the asset track form as we associate those consumables to the pallet. So let's do that next. I am going to palletize these things. So I'm going to scan my pallet again. I don't have to, I could type it in, but I printed off a barcode, so I'm going to take advantage of it. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to scan our 2 facility assets. There's my chair. There's my motorized desk. Now we're going to scan our 2 bin tags. So we're going to basically take the quantity that we've got there, the quantity in stock. I'm going to move all 10 of them and associate all 10 of them to this pallet. And that's bin 14. Then there's going to be bin tag 15. So I'm going to take all 15 of them. So we're moving everything that showed up at the dock. Now I have to scan my hardware assets individually because you can't, they're not bundled like a consumable. And there we go. So we just added 25, 27, 33 assets to our palette. When I upload this into ServiceNow, I will open that ALM asset table again, and we're going to see all the magic happening in the background come to the forefront. I'm going to give it a second because it takes a minute to get uploaded. I'm moving me out of the way so we can see our asset track forms when we're in that corner. And here we go. Let's take a look, and let's make sure that what we're going to look for here is that our parent field here has been populated for everything except palette, and they should all say palette 7. Refresh my screen. Everything's, oh yeah, this one didn't get updated. Everything else got updated. They got added to the palette, so they're at the top now. So you see our 6 assets are there, our 2 bin tags are there, and our 2 facility assets are now in stock available. They're in the Asset IQ stock room. Even if they weren't before, they are now because they're associated with this palette. If they're on the palette and the palette is there, then we know they're there. It's funny, as I do this, I keep wanting to say any questions, but you can't talk back to me. You're just watching a video. So let's move on. We've palletized the assets. The next step is going to be, we're taking that palette out of that stock room and we're sending it somewhere else. So we're going to use our ship form. And the form names are just different in 6.0 as well. So now all 33 assets are going to move with one scan and one. So I scan my palette. I am shipping them. It doesn't matter where I'm shipping them to. The point here is that they're no longer in stock and available. They are now in transit. So when I upload this ship form, now what should be happening when that magic is working in the background is in the forefront when we go and look at them, they're all going to go from in stock and available to dun, dun, dun. They are all now in transit. Our assets and our palette are now traveling from our Asset IQ stockroom to somewhere else. Let's go simulate that somewhere else. I'm going back. I'm going to, oh, you know what? Let's go look at our dashboard too, and let's see that our dashboard has changed. Let's refresh this. So now we've got our new palette 7 showed up, and it's got 10 assets associated to it. And we've got a class filter here on our dashboard that allows me to say, I just want to see the consumables that are associated with my palette. Okay, and then I want to see my facility assets that are associated with palette 7. You've got 2. Then I want to see my hardware assets that are associated with it. And it shows you your hardware assets that are associated with 7. And then you can click into this and drill down into the data if you'd like. But yeah, that filter is allowing you to look at specific classes as we do our stuff. Okay, let's go back. Now we're going to ship our palette. Oh no, we already shipped our palette. We're going to receive our palette in a new stockroom. Let's go do that. Check it into stock. So it arrives in the asset track stock. So let's put asset track stockroom here. We're gonna reserve them. We haven't done this yet in any of the demos I've done, but let's do it. It's in stock and it's reserved. The only thing I have to scan is my palette. I scan my palette. I upload my palette. My palette is now in the asset track stockroom. Because right now, everything is in transit. It's not in the stock room. So what we're going to see is this is going to go to in stock, reserved, and it's going to change our stock room from empty to asset track. Our assets are now in stock and reserved, and they are now in the asset track stock room. Yay, sunshine and rose petals. One scan, moving all of our things. If it's 100 things, if it's 1,000 things, not likely, but if it's 1,000 things on a truck maybe, then everything is moving together. It's one scan. And the last step in this process is to start to depalletize your assets. Now, you don't have to depalletize assets. If it goes to a stockroom and that's its final resting place, and you want to start checking them out to end users, like grab the laptop, take the desk, put it in someone's office, whatever, you can just take it off the pallet, and when you assign it to the person, the form will automatically remove the relationship to the pallet because you're giving it to someone now. It's no longer sitting on a pallet, it's being used. So that'll just happen in the background. Or what I'm simulating here is just partial removal of stuff from the pallet onto a shelf in the stockroom so that you can see the difference, right? So I'm going to stay in my stockroom. I'm just moving things in my stockroom from the pallet to a shelf. So it's still asset track. my asset track stockroom. Let's see, we'll scan 3, 44, 45, and 46. We'll take one facility asset, and we'll do one of the consumables as well. So when we upload this and we go back and we look at our asset table, we'll see the relationship break on half of our assets and stay on the other half of our assets because we've decided to depalletize these ones. It's so exciting. Let's see it. Fresh. Now you see the parent relationship has been broken on half of our assets. Go look at our dashboard. The number of stuff on our dashboard now has decreased. 7 went down. It was over here. Now it's down here. And that is the magic and wonder of the palletization process. Thank you so much for watching.